Good morning, students. In this video lecture, we are going to see the assignment number 7. A right pentagonal pyramid, axis height is given, altitude 70 mm, rests on one of its base edges in HP. The base being lifted up until highest in it is 30 mm above HP. The highest point, for example, this is a pentagonal pyramid. Okay, I'm going to keep one side of the base perpendicular to VP. In this orientation, I'm going to keep the pentagonal pyramid. Now, the base is being lifted up such that the highest point of the base is lifted to the height of 30 mm. Now, the entire base is lying on the horizontal plane. Now I'm going to lift this opposite corner point. Look at this point, how I am lifting. Now I have lifted the corner point, this opposite corner point, to the height of 30 mm. Now the gap between horizontal plane and this corner point is 30 mm. I'm going to lift this pentagonal pyramid in such a way that highest point of the base, this highest vertical height of the point of the base is 30 mm above the horizontal plane. Okay, like that I'm going to lift. So this is the initial orientation. Just I'm going to lift this base in such a way that highest point of the base is 30 mm above the horizontal plane. Now look at the solid here, axis is inclined to HP. When you lift the highest point of the base 30 mm above HP, automatically one of the base edge will be lying on HP and the axis inclined to HP. So instead of directly giving axis inclined to HP, here they gave the inclination indirectly. So this corner point, highest point of the base, just lift this corner point of the base so that highest point, this is the highest point of the base. All other points are available below this point only. Okay. Now this point is lifted to a height of 30 mm above the base so that axis is inclined to HP. One of the base edges resting on HP. Now we know that base edges resting, we know that axis inclined to HP means we need to start the diagram with the top view. So axis inclination is not directly given in this problem. Instead of that, they gave the highest point is corner point of the base is lifted to 30 mm above the horizontal plane. So we need to start with the top view. So what will be the orientation when I draw the top view? One of the base edges resting on HP. So keep one base side of the pentagonal pyramid. Mark the axis point. When I use the template, how to draw the front view for pyramid? First, extend the axis line. So you have to extend through using the axis line only. You can able to draw the front view. Axis height is given as 70 mm. Draw the 70 mm vertical line. After that only you have to draw the remaining lines. In the initial position, base is lying on HP. Now, how to rotate the front view in such a way that highest point of the base is lifted to a height of 30 mm above the base. So I'm going to rotate the front view so that base edge will be resting on HP. Now base edge AE available here. So keep this corner point, that is base edge AE on the XY line. Now I'm going to lift this corner point to the height of 30 mm above the base. So from the XY line, measure 30 and draw one construction line. 30 mm above the base, above the XY line. Now just rotate this base with the radius A dash C dash. The radius A dash C dash. From here you draw the arc. Okay, so that the corner point C will be here. Now this corner point C lifted to the height of 30 mm above the base. Now the radius A dash O dash. From here with the A dash O dash, draw the arc. Then measure the C dash O dash. From here, draw the arc. Now transfer the axis line A to axis line. Then transfer A dash B dash. So here in this problem, axis inclination is not given. Instead of that, the base is highest point of the base is lifted to the height of 30 mm above the HP. That means this corner point I am going to lift 30 mm above the horizontal plane. So 30 mm above the XY line, draw one horizontal line with the radius A dash C dash. So draw the arc here so that you can join the line, then construct the remaining portion of the front view. Now you can easily complete the apparent top view. So first extend the apex point O and O1 dash. This will be O1. So this will be A1. B1. Now we are going to draw the apparent top view. How to find out the apparent top view? So when the base is lifted to the height of 30 mm above the HP, what are the base sides will be visible? The outer base edges will be visible. Only the inner bottom base sides will not be visible. How to find out that? Look top in this direction. What are the corner points available at the front? DCB. So DCB will be visible. What are the base side available at the back side? DEAB will not be visible. So DEAB should be shown as a dotted line. How to find out the visible and invisible edges? Corner D visible. So DO, CO, BO available at the front. That will be visible. So DO, CO. and BO will be visible. So EO, when you look from here, E will not be visible, A will not be visible. That means EO and AO will not be visible. So EO and AO should be shown as a dotted line. Suppose this corner point E available here means that will be visible. The invisible edges available outside the visible line, that will be shown as a visible line. Okay. So this is an important problem. Just go through that.